how's everybody doing? I'm very excited because what happens is with just a bit of background, for those of you who might not know, if I can just get you all to mute yourself that way, then we won't have, yes, the background. Okay, thank you. Now, for those of you who don't know, I am a certified licensed nutritionist. I am a published author, and I'm also a weight management and health coach with the Transitions Lifestyle System, which you are now exploring and also being part of the group. So TLS stands for Transitions Lifestyle System. It's a weight management and wellness program. Majority of people, when they join this program, they want to manage their weight, which is basically to lose weight, but I've also helped people to maintain their weight and to be fitter and more healthy and strong, but also gain weight. But while we're at it, we have each different goals, and it doesn't matter because I always tell people that, you know, TLS is one of the most comprehensive and customizable programs out there, which means that it doesn't matter whether you want to lose weight, a lot of weight, or a little bit of weight, gain weight, or you're like YN and myself who are already at our ideal weight, we can still use TLS as a way to build more muscle mass, stronger, fitter, and all that, you know. Obviously, there is another benefit and advantage. Once you do this program, you can be like myself and other people to become a health coach, where you can join my training. I'm actually a certified trainer as well. In fact, in October, I run, you know, I'm going to run what I call 1012, which is the company corporate training. Once you've done this, you then have the experience of TLS. You can also learn to pay it forward to help others manage their weight and become healthy. So, and earn a bit of additional auxiliary income, or, you know, being a coach on top of what you're doing. So if that's what you choose to do, but this is another step. But so what I'd like to do today, as requested by some of you who have already since started being part of our WhatsApp TLS group, is to give you a bit of a brief and overview of what this 7-8-28 is about. So let me first of all share screen, and I'll go through in a very short presentation to explain what this is about. And I'm going then to share different resources and tools which you will be having, and I'm going to be posting all of that in our WhatsApp group. So that will help you reach your next 8 weeks goal. So let me share screen, okay? Any question whatsoever, please just type that into the chat, the Zoom group chat here, and I will relay to you after that. All right, so let me share screen. And obviously towards the end of this presentation, I will give you guys some time for question and answer time. If you don't know any of the things that I share, you want to ask questions, feel free to do so, okay? So here we are. This is actually the summary of what the 7-8-28 is all about. Now, 7 stands for 7 days of detox. With, you know, TLS, we always encourage people to start off having a week of what we call cleansing of your body, or detoxification. Why is that important? Well, think about your car. For those of you who drive a car, you always need to actually service it, don't you? It's like when your car has dirty oil, you need to change oil filter. It's the same with every single one of us human beings. No matter how clean you eat, how much, you know, healthy you are, you still need to have your body cleansed and detoxed, because every single day we are faced with toxins in our body, whether it's through, you know, the air that we breathe, the food that we eat, you know, and even doing exercises, we are attacked by free radicals. So that's why detox is very important. With TLS, we always encourage people, no matter which program you start off with a 7 day of detox. So that's the first number, 7 days of detox. So from next Monday, which is our official open in a couple of days, Monday to Sunday, those 7 days will be our official 7 days, 1 whole week of detoxification, which will be the cleansing of your body. Now, the second number, which is 8, is 8 weeks of commitment. So every single one of us will be, after the 7 day, do what we call a weight management profile. Many of you who are my personal clients have already done that. If you haven't, you can always do it in either the website or go with the person who invited you to do that, or with me, because I'm now officially all of your coach now. So those 8 weeks of commitment is from the second week after your detox till the middle of November, 8 weeks, right, of different programs. So it could be either rapid result, sure and steady, continued commitment, or fat shredder, depending on your goals. Some people might want to lose, say, 5 kilos within 3 weeks. Then you will have to be very disciplined and go for fat shredder. Others, like, say, for example, YM, myself, and Nancy, we don't have a lot of weight to lose. Then we go for continued commitment. We can have a bit of indulgence, but still eat healthy and exercise. Others may have just a few kilos to lose within the next 8 weeks. Then it could be sure and steady. So depending on where you're at, again, you can then within those 8 weeks go for those programs. Okay, so that's the next number 8. So a lot of people have already asked me, is this 30 days or is this 8 weeks? Well, this is actually an 8-week program, 8 weeks of commitment. The reason why we use the 30-day Jumpstart as the kit for our supplementation is because within the kit, which I'm going to share with you a bit later, has, the isotonic products, as well as the different things, whether you're in Malaysia, Singapore, and Australia will be a little bit different, but can actually last quite a fair bit. And once you finish those, then within the 8 weeks, you can reorder. But those 30 days is supposed to really, like in Australia, we have a 90-day of OPC3 supplements, isotonic products that can last a lot longer than 30 days, right? Okay, so the third number is 28. Those, that number is about workouts. Okay, why 28 workouts, you might ask? Well, it's because for the first week, which is next week of your detox, you will not do any strenuous exercise, because while we are detoxing and cleansing our body, we want it to be resting, to be as still as possible. Then the week after, which means you have 7 weeks, right? Because it's all together 8 weeks. After the detox week, the next 7 weeks, every week we encourage you to do 4 exercises a week. So 7 weeks times 4 exercises a week is how many? 28. That is why the third number is 28 workouts. So what we encourage you to do is after the next week of detox, from second week to the end of our program, week 8, 4 exercises per week. And depending on whether you're beginners, you are intermediate, you're advanced, you will do different workouts. And that's why in the WhatsApp group, I asked you to indicate how many, where you're at, whether you're beginners, then I would suggest beginners workout, but still you would spend 4 days out of a week. It could be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, doesn't matter, just scheduling 4 days a week. And you could be, if you're advanced like YN, you can just do stretching, you can do like aerial, you can do yoga, doesn't matter. But for those of you who are beginners, which I know that in the group, majority of you are beginner, then I would suggest, just starting off 4 days of walking around your block, or do Zumba with me, because, if you ask Hong and I, we do Zumba and it's quite a beginner level. So again, it's up to you, but I will give you suggestion. And on the Zoom, I will share with you different YouTube videos and, recorded videos from a lot of our certified coaches and trainers, and, Zumba classes or different things online that you can join us. Like, Hong and I in Australia here, we are part of a group called Shall We Dance Zumba class, which I've sent you some invitation. In fact, this morning I was part of a group which was free. Next Saturday, we have another free one, but typically it's only $5 Australian, which is what, 15 ringgits, or $10 Singapore dollars per hour. You don't have to do that if you don't feel like paying for it. You can basically just go on, YouTube and do exercise. So if you've got a gym, a home gym or whatever, you can do that as well. So this is 7/8/28. Now here is the different 30-day Jumpstart Kit that we have. The top bit, you can see up the top, is the top left hand is the Malaysia one, where you can see different isotonic supplements, which is 30-day with the OPC3, the B complex nutrition shake, the 2 nutrition shake, the probiotics, evergreen. And those of you who've ordered it, you know what's in there. And then for the Singapore group, is on the right-hand side up top, is you've got also the probiotics, the fiber, as well as the daily essentials, sample packets, and the core. With the Australians, we have the OPC3, the isochrome, the multivitamin, and the ultimate aloe juice, and the nutrition shake bowl, vanilla. Every single one of us, whether we're in Malaysia, in Singapore, in Australia, we all have the nutrition shake bowl, vanilla, and the chocolate. Very important, because from 2nd week onwards, when you do exercise, you need to have the shake to help you build your muscle, because in the shake we have 18 grams of protein, 11 grams of fiber, and a lot of multiple vitamins and minerals to help you as you exercise to build up your metabolism. So that's why the nutrition shakes are very, very important. And as you can see in Malaysia, you guys are very lucky because you have both the Chinese and the English version. So the top right-hand side is the Chinese simplified version, exactly the same product, right? But you can order, if you were to order in the back office or in the website, either the English one or the Chinese one. So here is the only requirement for those of you who are in my team. I am giving you free coaching. And but those of you who are not in my team, you've got friends, then I will charge just a nominal fee, because obviously I don't get any retail profit from you guys. Now, here are just a few success stories. I just want you to take a look at the before and after. This is, anywhere between 8 to 12 weeks. Can you see this lady, Angela? You can see the differences, right? Improved body as a result of doing TLS on the screen here. The second lady, she's been Maggie, a good friend of one of my coaching clients, friends, 30 days, you can see the difference between the before and after already. And Mark is actually a brand new TLS certified coach in the US. And more than just weight loss, he has a lot more energy, and you can see the before and after for him as well. And this is me. Since living the TLS lifestyle, even though I have not needed to lose weight, I've been really feeling better, looking better and younger. If you were to look at me 10 years ago, I was actually looking older than what I do look now because of TLS, because of the products that we have with isotonics. And, it's just really amazing that this products and the business that we're in really helped me to have a lot more energy. And in terms of business-wise, productivity and performance, I'm actually doing a lot more as a result of really the transition lifestyle system. So that's why I always tell people, TLS is not only for people that need to lose weight. I didn't really need to lose weight, but I do work in a TLS with the continual commitment. I eat pretty healthy most of the time, but I also give myself a bit of indulgence simply because I don't have to lose weight. And this is another lady who's an amazing friend of mine. She was the lady that actually taught me about TLS when I first started. She's a doctor, Dr. Nancy Milley from the US. She's the trainer of the trainers. So I'm a certified trainer and a certified coach. She, amongst a few others, are the top trainers like Dana Strengths, Melanie, and etc. So she had a lot of amazing students herself, but she lost more than 80 kilos or 165 pounds in a few years since using TLS. And this is her testimonial. Now, get ready to this next picture of Dr. Nancy. This was her old jeans. Can you see? So big. And that was her previous jeans. And now she's very small. I mean, very fit. So that's why TLS does work. Okay. So I just like to encourage, for those of you who are not yet part of the TLS 27828 challenge group, join us. And majority of you that are on this group are already with us. And I just want to personally say a thank you and welcome to each and every single one of you. And what I'd like to do now is to share with you a couple of very important resources that you will get as you partake in this program. Okay, let me just close this. Okay, hang on. Can you see my screen, Nancy, of the...
Yes, seeing you opening up.
Okay, good. Okay, so here is the first one. It is the 7-8-28. This is the recipe that I personally put together. It's an easy recipe book to lose weight, feel great. I'm going to give that to you as a gift. Normally, when people buy my book, Juggling Health and Wealth, I give them this book, but because you're all my personal friends and partners, friends, I'm giving this to you as a gift. So if you want it, let me know. I will personally send that to you. Okay, so that is the first recipe that you can use. The second recipe is the recipe from our corporate, which is 7-8-28 recipe book. And that's the 30-day jumpstart. Wonderful, wonderful recipes in there. You see there are 7 pages within the next 8 weeks. You can just follow this, whether it's breakfast, on-the-go breakfast, whether it's lunch, dinner. There are some that are, you know, Asians, because majority of us are Asians. You can use some of these recipes as Asians, like cauliflower, you know, different things. And there is Western as well. And there are different snacks that we suggest. And of course, the nutrition shake, every single one of us will have in our kit. We have a recipe called shaking and baking. So if you like to bake, you can use the nutrition shake to bake, but you will not gain weight. You will lose weight. You will actually have more muscle to build your bone mass and muscle mass. And obviously a lot of different, you know, foods and salads and wonderful recipes available as well. And then there is another resource that I would like you to pay attention to, and that is this one, which you can actually go into our website. For those of you who actually are from Malaysia, you don't get that. Only Singapore and Australia that will get that in your website, because for some reason, Malaysia is a little bit slow in TLS. It doesn't matter. You guys will be the pioneers now. When I train you, you can be the pioneers. What that means is you guys will be the TLS coach, you know, in the future for Malaysia, just like US. And at the moment, I'm actually leading up a group, more than 600 people, alongside Dennis Franks, Melanie Nelson, and Suzanne Howe, who are the TLS directors and boss, as well as not boss, not boss like, you know, the TLS leader, but people like myself and Dr. Nancy and others are the certified TLS coaches and trainers. 600 people from USA, from Australia, from Canada, from UK. That is, we are today at our day 6 of our TLS detox. But because of the fact that I know many of you in Asia that did not actually have the opportunity to join that group, I took it upon myself because I felt called to do this, to actually promote and to help you guys do this on a separate, this is not corporate run. This is just me sharing and supporting you. Now, this is the measurement tracking sheet where you every week, week by week. Now, this is a 12-week program, but ours is an 8 week. So basically every week you would be doing a measurement of your weight, your body fat percentage, your muscle percentage. And if you get a measuring tape, measure your chest, your waist, your hips, your butt, different areas, either centimeters or your inches. So that way, every single week, you know where you're at before, you know, we end in week 8. So you need to have a bit of discipline. But with me coaching you, and Nancy is going to be my co-coach, and each other as peer support in the WhatsApp group, the idea is so that you're not just there to observe or to just, you know, be like just to take a look, but really the more you give, the more you will, as in, participate in the WhatsApp group, the more then you will be able to reach your result. So that's pretty much what I like to share. Any question? Nancy, do you have anything else to add, please? Nancy is my apprentice, working together alongside co-coaching. Nancy.
Actually, more appropriately, I'm learning.
Yeah, learning with me.
Learning from her.
Yeah, but you already know quite a fair bit. The reason is, let me just give you a bit of a background of my wonderful business partner, Nancy. She, even though is someone that sort of is, according to our sort of business structure, my junior partner, but she's actually my senior in the sense of her age, of course. Yeah, no. We're more or less the same age. But what I mean is, she's an amazing, amazing entrepreneur. Even though I'm her senior, I've learned more from her than she learned from me. I can say that for sure. For those of you who know me, in the last little while, I went through a bit of a rough patch, because during the first few months of last quarter, I had 5 close friends passed away from different illnesses, 3 from cancer, 1 from brain aneurysm, and 1 from COVID. As a result, I went depressed. I was really not functioning. And Nancy and Auntie Anne here as well, and Irene, quite a number of you who knew that I wasn't well, was there for me. So I just want to say thank you, those of you who know what I've been through. And I'm now back on track. Thank you, Jesus, because he healed me. And thank you to all of you who have supported me through prayers and everything. But anyway, I just wanted to say this so that you know, even though I'm a health coach, even though I am sort of experienced in well-being, and I've written a book about health, no one can be exempted from being sick, emotionally, even like depression. So that's why when we're doing this together, it's not like Kitty is your yes, I'm kind of like your coach. I am your coach, but I'm not better than any one of you. I am still needing to improve. So that's why when Nancy says she's learning from me, I'm learning from her. I can say I've been learning from Irene, I'm learning from every single one. Of course, Auntie Anne is my top leader and mentor. So without further ado, I just want to pass the time for you guys to share a little bit, but Nancy has actually done the TLS with me personally, and Irene also has. Who else? And YN, my cousin, also has sort of done a bit of TLS, so she knows quite a fair bit. And Veggie has done really, really well from Singapore, one of my best students, and she has been following me, quite a few times. 30 days, 12 weeks now, and 8 weeks. Virgin, she's actually out and about, so she can't be showing her face, but she's done a really good job. So for the rest of you, are new, of course, you haven't done TLS before, it doesn't matter. We will all support one another. All right, so I better shut up, let Nancy say.
No, Kitty, it might be helpful for those who are new if you can do an overview what TLS is all about. Like,
I can do that.
And the sugar, especially some have sugar problems, how TLS will help.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the overview will help.
I'll do the overview.
Understand a bit more.
Real quick one, okay?
Thanks.
No problem. Okay. All right, I'll just do a quick overview of what the transition lifestyle system is all about, right? I mean, this is actually an hour presentation. I don't want to be taking too much of your time, but I'll just say in real quick, let me just find a couple of the slides that might be suitable just to explain the 4 pillars of TLS, right? There are actually 4 pillars. Maybe I won't just go through a PowerPoint. I'll just speak to you if you don't mind. Yeah, is that okay?
PowerPoint would be good.
It would be good, huh?
Yeah.
It's just too long otherwise. So that's okay. I will just give me a second. In fact, I've actually got a recording. I can send you a recording. It's just that if I do a PowerPoint, it might be too long. Okay, well, I'll just do a quick rundown then, yeah. All right, so basically, let me share screen. All right, so what is good health? Good health is, according to dictionary, is health or well-being. By definition, good health, no diagnosable diseases. However, that's not the right way to think about it. If you today don't have any symptoms of the disease, whether it's COVID, whether it's cold, tomorrow you may be sick, because as many of us know, with the pandemic, we might not even have any, disease symptoms, but the fact of the matter is optimal health is not the same as without disease, right? So here is basically, this is Australia's statistics. 1 in 2 men will have cancer, 1 in 3 women will have cancer, 1 in 4 Aussies will have type 2 diabetes, 61% of Australians are overweight or obese, and of course, more or less the same in Malaysia and Singapore. Wouldn't be too much difference anyway. So basically, for us to be healthy, we need to actually look at, a number of things. Number one is our diet. Diet is, the way that we eat. When you don't eat properly, you eat junk food, processed food, unhealthy food, then it will not only increase your body fat percentage or the visceral fat, the fat around your organ, as well as metabolism decrease. You will also have, type 2 diabetes or different issues. That's why Transitions Lifestyle System is not about only diets, it's also about many other areas. And we talk about low glycemic impact eating. Now, again, I won't go through the full presentation because it's quite long. I will, after this Zoom meeting, send you one of my previous recorded TLS overview. But for those of you who are actually having blood sugar level issues or pre-diabetic or even having diabetic implications or type 2 diabetes, I've actually worked with quite a lot of clients in the last few years of people with diabetic patients, right? One thing that you need to be aware of, low glycemic impact eating, GI diets, is very, very important, because what happened was, just to give you a bit of background, low GI started off when a lot of health practitioners, including GP, nutritionists, dietitians, chiropractors, and many health professionals gathered in a conference about 50 years ago now. What they wanted to do in that conference was to have a discussion as to how they could help, diabetic patients, particularly type 2. Type 1 is very difficult because they were born with it, but type 2 is lifestyle related. To help them not only to control their blood sugar or glucose level, but also to be able to, if not reverse, but at least, reduce their blood sugar level. What they've come up with is this low glycemic impact eating. And so if you are in TLS, then this is what you will get. Eating healthy for life, maintaining steady blood glucose levels, weight loss and weight management, healthy health in terms of healthy cardiovascular system, cholesterol and triglycerides. So a lot of us experiences, like say, for example, my mom, she is not overweight, but she used to have 3 highs. You know what those 3 highs are? Number 1 is high blood sugar level or borderline diabetic. Number 2 is high blood pressure. Number 3 is high cholesterol, right? Or triglycerides. If you focus on eating healthy and low glycemic impact with TLS, we can help you reduce those 3 high to healthy. Like my mom, she was always skinny, but she's not healthy. When she measures her metabolic age and 10-meter scale, she's skinny obese. How many of you have heard of that? Skinny obese means that you might look skinny, from your body, but inside your organ, you still have a lot of body fat. And that is why you have the 3 highs. And a lot of people tell me, well, I eat healthy, but what do you think is eating healthy? If you don't understand what low glycemic impact is, you might be eating a lot of starches, carbs. I mean, every now and then, if you eat a bit of a laksa, a bit of durian is okay, but not every day, right? That's the kind of thing that we need to be aware of, moderation. Okay, so I won't go into too much detail into a lot of these components, but really supplementation, which you all have already anyway. In your starter kit, you will see in your kit this. Can you see me? This Jumpstart booklet. You should all have it. So in this booklet, you will all need to follow this in the next 8 weeks. So make sure when you get this kit, read through all the different pages of it, right? That will explain the education side of things, and that will also explain the supplements. As I share with you, in Malaysia, you've got the isotonics, you've got the nutrition shake in Malaysia. In Singapore, you also have the daily essential in the sample form, the 30-day sachet. In Australia, we also have isochrome. So even though it's different, still we have, you know, the same way to help you reduce, you know, whatever concern that you may have, and improve your metabolism, build your muscle, etc. So it's not a diet. We're not counting calories, but we are helping you with the supplementation, with the education, with my coaching, with this next 8 weeks, the 7, 8, 28, of course, with the 28 exercises. Work out whether you're beginners, intermediate, advanced, doesn't matter. We can help you reach your weight loss or weight gain, for that matter, metabolism and health goal as well. And if you have issues with your blood sugar level, diabetic, or even you know, high sugar level, TLS can help you, right? So there are a lot of different studies, which I won't go through this slide, but basically any question, you can just ask me. Wai Cheng, could you just flash step 2 again? I can do that. Okay, step 2. Okay, let me just find step 2. Okay. Here it is, behavior modification. Don't worry too much about that. As I mentioned, you know, this basically is what education is all about. And step 2, essentially, Wai Cheng, is in this booklet. You will get that, for those of you who haven't, in your Jumpstart Kit, this booklet. So this booklet has everything you would need, including Ready, Set, Go. How many of you here, show of hands, have already got your Jumpstart Kit? Can I have a show of hands? Wai Cheng, Christine, Ashita, Hong, Virgit, you have, Koran, Diana, good. Michelle, okay, good. So if you haven't already, today is the last day to order the 30-day Jumpstart Kit. If you are already an unfranchised owner, go to your back office and type in TLS 30-day Jumpstart Kit. If you are invited by a friend, you can order from them. It's called TLS 30-day Jumpstart Kit. In that kit, you've got this wonderful, very comprehensive journal, this booklet, that will help you with the education component. So you have, you know, the strategies part of it, teaching you how to take before and after photo, checklist of what you need to do in the next 8 days. I mean, in the next 8 weeks, with the 30-day Jumpstart, the first 7 days of detox, the second day 8 to 30 is your fat shredder to shred your body fat. It doesn't have to be, you know, you don't have to be overweight to shred body fat, because sometimes we have fat around our organs or belly or our waist, wherever it is. If you have excess body fat, then that will help you. And of course, for those of you in Singapore and Australia, we also have what we call global products. In Malaysia, you don't have, and that's okay, because in Malaysia, you already have what you need seriously to get good results. I mean, the global ones are good to have, but it's not absolutely necessary. And then in the other page, you will see phase 1 of the food and supplement planner. The rules are, first week coming up from Monday to Sunday, no coffee, no sugar, and no dairy, no alcohol. And that kind of thing is helpful, right? For 7 days for you not to have, in order to be cleansing your body. Then from phase 2 onwards, you will start incorporating the exercise. That's why between now and next week, make sure you tell me whether you're beginner, intermediate, and advanced. We can suggest different workouts in the group for you. And maybe YN, if I can ask you to perhaps do a bit of video, you know, like sometimes you do video on Instagram, you can send to us in the group. We can learn from you. I know that, I mean, we're not going to do aerial, but like just simple stretching and stuff. What do you think, YN?
Yeah, I can work out. I can plan some simple workout.
Yeah, because you do really well. And those of you who are in KL right now, of course, KL, you can't, you're still in MCO, right? You can't actually go in to do the aerial. Correct?
Studios has reopened, yes.
Okay, studios reopen. So for any one of you who wants to go to the gym, or if you have your own gym, or if you want to connect with YN, those of you in KL, she does do whatever she does will help you also with TLS. But obviously, like I said, I have connection with Hong together with Thomas with Zumba. We run it every Wednesday night, 5 to 6 Asia time, which is 7 and 8 hours. You can do that as well. And we also have different rules in part 2. You cannot, if you are doing fat shredder, have grains and starches. Then after that, right, as I mentioned, you would have your fat shredder. If you go to short and steady and continue commitment, so people like YN, Nancy, and myself, or even Diana, we don't have to lose weight. Then we just go continue commitment. Then you will be able to still continue. Okay, so that's basically it. Trim Tea Trim Cafe is available from Global YChan, not in Singapore or Australia at all, but you can get it from Global. But with Malaysia, Trim Tea Trim Cafe is not available yet. Any questions?
I don't think you can do Trim Tea, Trim Cafe during the first detox week, right?
Trim Tea you can. Trim Tea is decaffeinated, but Trim Cafe you can't because it's very caffeinated. So first week you can have Trim Tea, but I normally typically say to people, if you can have herbal tea, green tea without caffeine. I know for me in Australia, we have well-being tea and we can get from Global Immunity or the Shopping Annuity brand green tea. Irene, correct me if I'm wrong. Irene, do you over there in Malaysia have immunity tea? No,
huh? We have the Shopping Annuity green tea.
That one I highly recommend. I have it. I drink it. Even though I'm not doing detox, and I'm really feeling it, the difference. You know, my skin has gone much better. So these are the kind of tea. Tea is what I would recommend. Drink coffee if you need to. Yeah, there you go, Nancy. Nancy, show us. All right, I'll make you spotlight Nancy. Do again. There you go. Can you unmute yourself? Tell us what that is, Nancy.
Just the one. Yeah.
There you go. So that is that. Okay. All right. So basically, that is basically what I would like to share. Yes, Trim Tea you can drink during the first week because it's kind of very little caffeine you can drink. But Trim Cafe, wait till next week. But otherwise, just a normal tea, herbal tea that you can get from the supermarket or the Shopping Annuity tea. But otherwise, water with lemon is really good. Well, I encourage you every single morning, you need to drink some lemon with warm water. All right, so let's...
I guess it's quite simple. It's actually just following the instructions. And I think what will make it exciting is that we will post our food and watch what
let me share something exciting with you, Nancy, and everyone. Let me share this just to give you a bit of an idea what I am doing with the other group, which you're not in, but you will be in now, my group. But this is the other group that I'm in with the Australians and the Americans and the UK and Canadian, which is more than 600 people. In our group, we have how many? 21 people right now. Can you see here? 660 people in the corporate one. This is the corporate one, TLS 7828. So you see all the different foods that people post. And I want you to do the same in the WhatsApp group. See here? I'll show you what I've got. I think I posted something this morning. Anyway, doesn't matter. But you know where I'm coming from, right? Like different types of food. You can see on the right-hand side, Reason Media. This is really quite yummy, yeah? You see? So obviously I know this is me sharing. But anyway, I just wanted to encourage Diana, who is here as well. Diana, can I get you to unmute yourself to share a little bit about your experience in the past, where I know you're one of my good students in the past, where you have some wonderful Malaysian TLS approved food that you suggested. Share with us, Diana. Sorry, I didn't notice.
Yeah, actually it's very simple.
Yep.
Besides eating Western, you can go on stir fried and you just add in your protein, or you can just get a bunch of spinach and make an omelette and you just put it in. So we always go as simple as possible. If you really want to get into Asian, like get an asam laksa, you can actually do without the noodles, but chop in more vegetables like the salad and cucumber and all that. Yeah, you can just convert everything.
It's so true. Seriously, it doesn't have to be boring. It doesn't have to be salad every day. You can have all sorts of really, really healthy Asian food available. And I'm so excited about this group. You know why? Because this is the very first group that I'm running, majority Asians. I do have a lot of clients that are big, chowpy Aussies. But you guys, a lot of you are not too big, but you still can help reduce some weight, and that's wonderful. But it's wonderful to even just to keep fit, even though if you're not overweight, right? So I would love for all of you to support one another, even though I am going to be coaching you alongside Nancy. Every single one of us can actually contribute to one another. I know my friend Hong over here in Melbourne, she's Vietnamese and she does amazing Vietnamese vegetables, right? Hong, you want to share a little bit? She's going to be my partner soon, Hong, right? You can unmute yourself.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I think it's quite simple and ordinary.
Ordinary.
We can do a lot.
But no fur, hey, no fur for a little bit.
Whatever available in the market, yeah. We're lucky that in Melbourne we have a lot of fresh fruit.
Exactly right.
Vegetable and fruit from grocery and supermarkets.
Exactly right. So now I can see, Hong, you have posted here, you can do Zumba toning on Saturday with, Zumba toning is amazing. For those of you who are like Hong and myself, and I know quite a number of you here, like, for example, Nancy, I know with Irene, Diana, probably Wai Chan as well. For sure, YN, we want to build up more muscle. YN doesn't need to, she's already there. But for me, I want more muscle, right? Then toning is great. Toning, Zumba toning. So any one of you interested, because I know Wednesday, 7 o'clock, which is 5 o'clock, Malaysia, Singapore time is early. A lot of you still working. But Saturday morning, Hong is what, 11:30, right?
Yeah, today.
11:30, which is 9:30 Malaysia, Singapore. So you can wake up on Saturday morning, 9:30 and join us. It's only $5 Australian or $15 ringgit. Or you can do Pilates, whatever, doesn't matter. But just let us know where you're at. We can suggest. But otherwise, as YN and myself, we can post some good YouTube video. Then it's free. Any other question, guys?
Did you mean that it is still okay to do it in the first week or just stop it?
Don't do exercise first week.
No Zumba. Okay.
No Zumba. You can do walking, stretching, yoga, very light, Pilates, okay? But Zumba, because it's still cardio. The reason why, let me explain. A lot of people ask me this question. Kitty, why is it that the first week of detox cleanse, no strenuous exercise? It's because our body needs to be still in order for it to be cleansed. So just 1 week, right? And then next week, when you go to fat burning, full on 5 days, 6 days, even 7 days, that's fine. The more exercises that you do, the more body fat you will lose, but not the first week. So now you have 1 week to think about scheduling your exercise for week 2 to 7. So that's why we say 28 exercises workout, 4 a week, Of course, you can do more than 4, but 4 a week would be a good start. Hey, Wendy.
Hi.
You got a call. I better mute you, huh? All right, so anyone else, any question? You can unmute yourself or you can type in the group chat. But if not, then I will look forward to seeing you in our, Ashita.
Sorry, okay, 2 things really. I'm on day 6 today of detox, finishing tomorrow.
Hi.
What are you doing right now with your detox, if you don't mind me asking?
How am I doing? I'm a bit of a coffee addict. So I've done various programs as well on my own, sort of, intermittent, and I'm quite good at all of this in terms of maintaining my weight and regime, but I've just had this problem off late, probably menopausal too. So, the metabolism and the hormonal levels going haywire. So I had a bit of a 3 to 4 kilo weight gain and nothing was working. Not even my yoga, not my trainer, nothing. So I happened to be talking to Nancy and then we caught up with this. I said, okay, we'll get into this. So that's one issue. But what I found, going back to your question, what I found was that the first 2 days were a real struggle for me because of the coffee bit. I've got no issues about food. I'm not a foodie. So not being a foodie, I don't need alcohol. I'm okay for all of that. I don't need tea, but the coffee was a challenge, as always.
So you've already done 6 days of that.
I've done 6 days. So
and no coffee in 6 days.
No coffee, no tea, no milk, nothing. And I'm vegetarian, so I've just my proteins. I read through some bits of the website and talking to Nancy too. I think lentils and legumes and all that to just keep it at bay. So I kept just to tofu and for my proteins. Yes. Avocado and the broccolis and all the greens. I've just posted my meal, which looks very scary for a lot. So homegrown watercress and stuff like that. Very organic indeed. But only that for people who are starting here. I mean, if you are coffee friendly or a coffee addict like me, I used to have 8 glasses a day, 8 cups a day. But this was previously maybe 5 years ago, but I've trimmed down to now just 2. But even the 2, I had a lot of difficulties the first 2 days with, you have these symptoms, withdrawal symptoms, right? Absolutely. So headaches and feeling heavy. So I started on Monday, which is start on to the week. So Monday and Tuesday was very, very tough for me. With full-blown meetings, I did struggle. But after that, because I find that I'm not much of a foodie, as I said, I don't eat so much. Probably that again contributed to my weight issues, not eating enough and not eating properly and work being crazy. So I found that I was eating too much. There's so many meals. There are about 3 meals and 3 snacks. And it became a bit like, wow, I'm always eating and drinking. Every time the focus is on going and getting my meal at the right time. But okay, I've gotten into a rhythm by maybe yesterday, day 5, today is day 6. It's okay. I feel from yesterday, to be honest, I feel good. I feel lighter. And I think I have got pores on my face. I do feel some difference, even though it's very early to say, but self-assessment, as you want to say, just noticing it. Yeah. So my question now for you, Kitty, is that I have done 1 week now. Tomorrow I'm ending. The rest of our team members here, they're starting, right?
Yes, we're starting Monday officially with this group.
So what do I do then?
Okay, now
do I continue with my detox? I'm okay if I have to continue.
Yeah, I would recommend that. The reason being, if you've been drinking coffee for that long, having a separate 1 more week of detox is good. However, your detox probably will be different from the detox that TLS offers. Because you basically, your detox is just sort of stop drinking coffee. Without detox, if you have a look at this booklet, have you got it yet, Ashita?
Yes, it's in the box. I haven't looked.
It's in the box. When you open the box, well, let's have an open box ceremony, shall we? Maybe Nancy, you can actually.
I'm guilty. Nancy, you didn't check on me.
Have a Zoom meeting with Ashita to have an open box ceremony and take out all the bits and pieces.
I did the first box opening with Nancy, so
and then home, my friend, you have yours. We'll do our open box ceremony, right? Okay. Anyway.
So no coffee next week for me. It's continue with detox. Can I have 1 coffee a day?
Let me give you some suggestion, Ashita, if I may.
Okay.
Number 1, if you take a look at the 30-day Jumpstart Power Foods, you can see in the last 2 pages of that booklet in your Jumpstart Kit. You see unlimited servings of vegetables, and you can have 1 or 2 servings of fruits, 3 servings of protein. So that is already different from what you've been having, right? Like, so that is a totally different detox. So because you're now officially starting the transitions lifestyle system, I want you to experience the whole lot and not just jump to.
All right. Okay.
I mean,
I will go through it and I'll discuss with Nancy then.
That's the first advice. Go through this booklet. You will not miss anything. Just follow it to the T. The more someone can follow this booklet to the T, the better results you'll get, I can assure you. That's number 1. Number 2, Ashita, and anyone here as well, who have had issues with drinking a lot of coffee and find that you may have detox withdrawal symptoms, which is the real thing. I tell you, I'm warning you guys, in the next few days, if you have not experienced detox, you may experience some headache or uneasiness or irritation, being angry, whatever it is. Different people who have
lethargy is one thing, because the caffeine, lethargy is immense sometimes, the first day especially.
It doesn't, it doesn't matter where you're at, as long as your body has toxins, which we all do. Because as long as we breathe, we have free radicals. That's why we need antioxidants. That's why OPC3 is across the board so important, because that's the product that is an antioxidant so potent and powerful that can help you cleanse, or we call it free radical scavenger. This is a bit of science for you, but basically important. That's why we say that one of the pillars, apart from eating healthy, the low glycemic, exercising, and education, is our kit with the supplementation. So OPC3. Now, the other thing, again, Ashita and those of you who drink coffee, if you feel like you are not going to be able to sustain not having coffee, then I would ask you to get with the person who invited you to this coaching group to purchase what we call a B complex, isotonic B complex. That isotonic B complex is in the Daily Essential Sachet in Singapore, but it's not in, I think it's also in Malaysia, the kit, but not in Australia. So for those of you who are in Australia, say Hong, if you are used to drinking coffee, who else is in Australia here? Like Wendy or Cleo or Auntie Anne, apart from you guys, every one of you is Malaysia, then you will probably find it helpful to have the B complex isotonics on top of just the OPC3 and the multivitamin. The reason why we're a little bit different is you guys in Malaysia, yours is 30-day packet. Like, I mean, your bottle is 30 days, Australia one is 90 days. So that's why there's a bit of a difference. But if you don't have a lot of problems with coffee, or just like Ashita, you might have it, but after a few days, you should wean off and feel okay, then that's not a problem. But I tell you, B complex is amazing. For me personally, it has been my go-to product at all time, apart from OPC3s, because not only will it help you with caffeine withdrawals, it also, well, in fact, Nancy has a good testimonial. Nancy, do you want to share with us about your B complex testimony real quick?
Oh, okay. Actually, I have some nerves problem. I mean, I have carpal tunnel and numbness in my hand, that kind of issues. And B complex actually strengthen up our nerve. Today, I don't have those issues anymore. Like, especially carpal tunnel is actually a sign of weakening nerve. Yeah.
Right.
So
that's why, apart from that, coffee drinkers, I can tell you, I have actually worked with many coffee drinkers that do our detox. When they drink B complex, the B complex can replace the coffee. It's healthy, natural energy that is better than coffee, the caffeine in the coffee. So let me just have a look. I see there are quite a number of messages here. Christine, you used to do intermittent fasting and eat your first meal near to noon. How strictly should I follow phase 1 timetable? Okay, Christine, can you unmute yourself? I just want to ask you, are you still doing that? Are you still doing intermittent fasting or not?
Most of the days. So
Okay.
I get used not feeling very hungry in the morning. And then when I look at the suggested routine, it's like it will be quite heavy for me, you know.
Okay.
Usually at most I eat eggs, hard-boiled eggs, and then I don't think I can eat the morning snack, things like that. I wouldn't be hungry.
Not a problem. Christine, as a nutritionist, I've done a lot of research about the different diets, and intermittent fasting is not really a diet, it's just a way of life. What I would say to you, if you are someone who is disciplined within your eating window, so say from noon to 8 o'clock, is that what you normally would eat? Then you make sure that you fulfill the whole day of what we suggested of portion size. So you put everything within that time. Everyone else, I would still follow this because it's easier that way.
Can I ask this question about intermittent fast from 12 to whatever the window
8 p.m. Yeah, eating window.
Yeah, I used to eat like that, you know. That's when I put on weight.
Yeah, okay. Now, a lot of people put on weight when they eat like that is because there is a science behind eating well with intermittent fasting. If people don't do it well, very, very easy to put on weight. The reason being, again, I've got a recorded 1 hour YouTube I can send to you guys. I can't go through all of that right here, but really in a nutshell, very simply, I actually did this with a doctor in Singapore, in fact, Dr. Neil, Michelle Neil's husband, about intermittent fasting. The reason why it can be quite tricky for people that don't know the principle or science behind, our body is really clever. God created it such a way that if we don't eat, if we skip meals, what will happen is that our body will go into a hunger mode. So if we are always, because why is breakfast called breakfast? Is break the fast. The whole night you don't sleep. I mean, you don't eat. When you wake up, you eat, then you break the fast of not eating at night. But if you wait till midday, that means if you, let's say if you wake up at 5 hours without eating, your body will go into a hunger mode. When your body goes into hunger mode, it will then store body fat. Now, that is why, Nancy, you put on weight. However, for those people that have been trained in intermittent fasting, they have this keto, which is very, very scientific. It's hard to explain right here, which cause them to actually are able to, within the eating window, pack in the nutrients that they need and not go into hunger mode. But again, you have to be very careful. I wouldn't.
So you actually pack the nutrients.
Pack the nutrients in the eating windows. But a lot of people, they eat junk during their intermittent fasting. Then they will not only not lose weight, they will be so unhealthy long term. They might feel like they've lost weight, but it's yo-yo dieting. I don't know about your experience, Christine, but I've had a lot of friends. Some have been able to do it, but majority don't. Yeah. So to answer your question, Christine, if you are someone that did well with your intermittent fasting and able to be fit, healthy, get into a good body composition, meaning your body fat, your visual fat, your physique, your weight, everything is ideal, then that means you've done well with your intermittent fasting. Just like one of our business partners, Ken Fong, he sometimes, most of the time he does, and he does it really well. Not many people can do that, seriously. But if you can, fine, then I would say you don't have to strictly follow, but to be really careful. I would work with you a bit closer, perhaps, in a more one-on-one coaching space, if you have certain goals, Christine, yeah? But otherwise, if you don't mind, follow this would be the best bet, I would say, still. Okay. All right, so another question from Virginia. I'm a vegetarian. I went 1 month without coffee. You love coffee. So how are you finding it now? Are you still outside? You can't talk, or you can just type, doesn't matter. All right, Diana, yep, you are also a coffee addict. I remember, yeah, when you did TLS with me, you were, but now you've been able to, with the isotonic products, help you to not be so bad, right? So that's really good, because I know that Diana had some really good results from the Ultimate Aloe Juice, which, I put it on my desk every single day. I drink it just like this. And this one is in our Australia 30-day Jumpstart. not in the Malaysia and Singapore, but you can order it in your back office or your the friend who invited you. I would recommend that because the Ultimate Aloe Juice can help you with your gut health. But again, each of your own, just start with your Jumpstart Kit. That would be good enough. Okay, you had it before because of coffee, but spoke to Kitty about it, but felt fine. Good on you. Yep, as I told you, Veggie, you're one of my best students and you're very, very good. And I love the way that you always follow the system. Yeah, so intermittent fasting made me put on weight as well. Ashita, yep, that's true. Many people actually put on weight. In fact, those clients of mine that have had experience with intermittent fasting came to do TLS with me, have mostly told me they put on weight, but now with TLS, they've been able to get into a really good body fat percentage and weight. So Ashita, just follow if you can. This will be really good. But again, Christine, if you feel like this is a bit too straight, you can do intermittent fasting, but make sure in your eating window, right? Follow the exact guideline of the nutrition pack, because otherwise you won't be, yeah. Despite eating healthy, nutrient-packed food and not junk food. Yeah, it's true. It's true, Ashita, because of the fact it could be either you don't get enough workout, exercise in, right? Or that your body is built in such a way that it tells you, I'm in hunger mode, then body storage. Because if you see low glycemic impact eating, which I will send you or in the WhatsApp group, my overview, where we have an infographic that talks about this line. 1, 2, 3 is high glycemic impact, low glycemic impact. When we are in hunger mode, our body will store body fat. It's mostly the middle section, the tummy section. That's why a lot of people, even though they might not be overweight, like they don't look fat, but in their tummy, they would have it. It's because of that fat storage. So yeah, so I probably would not highly recommend intermittent fasting if you don't understand the science behind it. I wouldn't. Yeah, it's not for everyone. Absolutely not, Diana. You're right. Okay. So anyone else? Any question before we get started officially on Monday? Between today and Monday, go through this booklet. If you haven't got it yet, I can send you, a PDF form for now until you get yours, because I know some have only just ordered, like Meng Chao and others have ordered but haven't reached maybe next week. Then go through the detox power foods, which is basically the ingredients of like what sort of vegetables that you can eat, what sort of lean protein, what sort of good fats like avocado, stuff like that. So we will get started officially Monday morning, which is in 2 days. So you have this weekend, today and tomorrow, to do some grocery shopping. Any question at all, please don't hesitate to put it into our TLS 7828 Asia Pacific WhatsApp group. I will answer majority of the time. I'm quite available, but otherwise Nancy can help you. Nancy is my coach, but otherwise it's not just Nancy. I mean, a lot of us here I can see have had experiences like Diana. YN can help with, the exercise part for sure. Who else has done this? Veggie as well. Yeah, so it's a lifelong journey, like even for me, even though when I measure my body physique composition, I'm quite okay. I am in fact 18 years younger than my metabolic age, right? I'm not telling you how old I am, but I'm 18 years metabolically than my real age. Okay, and it's because I've been living the TLS lifestyle for many, many years. And if I can do it, so can you. All right, so thank you everyone for being on. It's wonderful to meet you all. And again, up until midnight tonight, Malaysia, Singapore time, you still have time to maybe give your best friend a call and say, well, I'm actually excited to start this healthy journey. Do you want to do it with me? maybe your husband, maybe your wife, maybe your best friend, whoever it is, get them to order a kit, send their order number or the kit photo to me or Nancy, then we will admit you into our WhatsApp group and we'll get started on Monday. And it doesn't matter if you haven't received the kit yet, you can still start Monday with the food first, and then when the kit comes, then you can go through it.
I think the first step we need to do is body measurement and photo.
Yeah, body measurement, it's in here. You do the before photo, and the body measurement is basically, you know, mainly the three parts, you know, your chest, your waist, and your hips. How many centimeters? Measure that. If you don't mind, you can share it, but if you feel shy, you don't have to share it. For those of you in Malaysia, or Singapore as well, you would have in your kit a tracking sheet. I want you to jot down all your answers in the tracking sheet and send it to either Nancy or myself. But otherwise, okay, I'll just do a real quick. Okay, just give me a second. Show you an Excel spreadsheet that you can use, which I in the past gave to my Malaysian students, because you don't get in Australia and Singapore, you get this TLS journal, which is like a journal book. So every single day you can write. Okay, let me just stop my background so you can see me clearer. Just a sec. So see here, this booklet, this one, if you're in Australia, say Hong, if you want to get it, you can get it. And then every single day you would have like this, left and right, but you don't have this in Malaysia, then you would have the tracking sheet. But what I can give you, I'll show you real quick. This is something I do myself. You all have some real, bonus or like little gift from me, apart from my recipes and my coaching, and that is something like this, right? So this is actually 3 different tabs within a spreadsheet. So this is 8 weeks, right? So week 1, detox. So you put in your date, your weight, your chest, waist, hips in centimeters. So every single week on a Monday, you put them in. Then the second tab is how much sleep you have had, how many hours of sleep, the type of food that you've had, and the supplement that you've had, right? And then the third tab is the exercise from 2nd week onwards, whether the cardio, whether you're doing yoga, stretching, weight training, or other exercises like YM would be, you know, aerial. And then, you know, some mindset things like I'm grateful for my health. I'm grateful for this community. One thing I did for myself, you know, I went and did a Zumba class or whatever it is, right? So I would be putting this spreadsheet to our WhatsApp group, and you can download it, save it on your desktop. You can just type it in, easier. Then you can send it to me at the end of the week. I can give you some feedback. If you want some feedback, you seriously, if I was to coach people one-on-one, it would be like $50 an hour, but I'm giving it to you because you are my tribe. I'm happy to support you. Okay. All right. So until next time, take care. I won't be doing any more Zoom because it's quite time consuming. I'm already really pumped in terms of time for my 600 students over there in the US corporate one. So this will purely be WhatsApp group, but because of my dear friend Nancy who wanted me to do this, I'm happy to do it for you all. I think it's wonderful for us to see each other on Zoom, but I won't be doing it like in a regular basis. In the future, if you want, I can do it, but that will mean it's a real coaching class and there will be charge for it. Yeah. Okay, so until next time, take care, everybody. Bye for now.
See everybody on WhatsApp. It'll be fun. It'll be fun.
It'll be a lot of fun, I can tell you. And make sure you
especially when we start sharing food.